Hey guys! So today, as you could probably see from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about kind of things that I got done on my bucket list while I was on the program. So if you want to watch my actual bucket list video, I will link it now somewhere on the screen, and you could go watch that. But, you know, I'm probably just going to be recapping what happened in that video anyway, so. Anyway, first thing that I had on my bucket list, well, okay, hold on, rewind. Before I start doing this, let me talk to you guys a little bit about bucket lists. So, I feel like now that I have this look-backy type of hindsight knowledge going on about the program, people make bucket lists because they're just so darn excited, and they're like, oh my god, look at all these cool things I want to do when I could get down there because I could do all these things. They probably say that much more eloquently than I just said that. But once you're down there, your bucket list, at least to me, doesn't really matter. I know, I said it. It's like the big secret of pre-DCP vlogs. There it is. I said it. It's done. It's more, once you're down there, of just enjoying every single day possible and just having fun while you're down there. If you become a slave to your bucket list, obviously you're going to have fun. I mean, you're in Disney World, but it's not as, I don't know how to explain it. You just gotta be in the moment while you're down there and be present. And being a slave to your bucket list just kind of takes you out of that moment. Anyway, here was my bucket list. So the first thing on the list was to watch Wishes from the TTC. I did not get to do that. And the reason why was because I usually wanted to watch Wishes in the park. Which is okay. I did get to watch Wishes from the Polynesian Beach, which is a lot of other people's backup go-to places. But Wishes from the TTC, as you saw, is just something I wanted to do. I almost got to do it though, because if you guys remember, Bianca got like mono during the program, so she was like on bed rest for like a week, and it really stunk because she couldn't go to work, she couldn't do anything besides be in the apartment, and obviously she had to call out all those days because you can't go to work while you have mono or at all. So there was one point where she was feeling better, but she still had to be on bed rest, like she wasn't allowed to go to work, and Wishes from the TTC would have been a great idea because Bianca was just, Wishes was her show, man, and you know, it was kind of heartbreaking for her not to see it for a whole week. Let's just say though she did get to see some kind of version of Wishes. If Bianca, you still have that video, you gotta send it to me because the darlings, they need to see this video. Moving on. Then the next thing I had was Phantasmic from the Splash Zone, which I did get to see. I don't have any proof for you guys to see me doing that. Yeah. But I did get to say, in my first bucket list, not my first big bucket list video, my only bucket list video up until this point, I was like, oh, my ultimate dream would be to work on Phantasmic while I was down there. I didn't get to. Obviously, I worked at Magic Kingdom, not Hollywood Studios. But I did get to see the costuming facility at Phantasmic, not part of my training because, you know, shows are something different and that's all costuming, entertainment, training type of stuff. But in my class, Entertainment Show Production, which if you are a theater major, you have to take this class. It was amazing. We got a class trip to get a behind-the-scenes tour of Phantasmic, which was amazing. So, and it was really cool, especially when we went to go see the costuming facility. Like, obviously not really anyone else in my class was in costuming, so it was really fun for people to see, like, oh my god, this is how it's done, and blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, I know all about this kind of stuff, so look at that. Next thing was do all the attractions I have not done. Now, let me just say, I made a valiant effort. Okay, you know what? I lied. Everyone, go watch my bucket list video because then you could see how many flags I had in this book. If you do remember that, or you've just recently seen this video, I mean, my first bucket list video, you will know I kicked this book's butt. But the things that I have left to do are just basically like the films in the World Showcase at Epcot about like China and France, and it's like, yeah, not really many people have seen those, so I don't feel too bad. Another thing was like do Main Street vehicles. They only do that like at Rope Drop, and I only went to Rope Drop at Magic Kingdom once on my entire program. And while I was there, it was just me and Sarah, and we just pretty much went there just to see the welcome show because we had a whole bunch of other crap to do. As you guys saw in like my final days compilation clips, we were on schedule. We couldn't really do the Main Street vehicles. It's early, guys. Like, it's early. What else is in here that I didn't get to do? This is going to be long, so I'm going to be quick. Oh, I didn't meet Merida. I didn't go to the Fairy Tale Garden, which was a place I haven't gone. Well, I'm just ripping my book now. Whatever. Now it's old at this point. Yeah, I talked about the things in France. Oh, I never saw LMA, Lights Motor Actions, at Hollywood Studios. I went there, but I never saw the show. I went there for Goofy's Mystery Tour. I'll link those vlogs here if you guys are interested in a cast member only event they had. I vlogged that. And then like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and Dino Dig Boneyard, that's what it's called, in Animal Kingdom. I mean, those are just play sets. Otherwise, I like did everything else except for Fiki's Planet Watch, but that's another sore subject. So the next thing on my bucket list, I actually went above and beyond with. Very exciting. It was to spell L-I-S out of pins, and I actually went for the full Lissy instead of just Liss. Very exciting. Now, before you guys, some pin experts, get on my butt about this fake Simba pin, listen, do you know how hard it is to find letter pins? It's ridiculous. So I got a real one to make up for it. So yeah, take that. The next thing was pin related, which was to get the real Zeus pin. As it turns out, the pin I had originally was a real pin. Surprise! So the pictures that I looked at, I found out while I was down there that the hidden Mickey pins, they are actually like silver outlining with silver Mickeys. It just kind of looked black in the official photo because that's just the way the light was catching the silver, so yay. Next thing was to pin trade off the board at TTC. I actually wound up doing that a lot of times. Again, I don't have proof for you because when I would go in there, I was usually on pin missions, and pin missions, you're very serious, and you got pins to find, and you're not usually vlogging during then. Oh no. It's very, very hot out. I don't know if you guys saw it, and like power is like going out everywhere, so my lights are flickering. Oh, here we go. Let's do this again. We're just gonna have to continue in. This is just gonna be annoying because I gotta get this thing up. Yeah, you're on a pin mission, and then lots of cast members are just staring at you, being like, hurry up, girl, pick up a pin off this board and leave. So, I felt weird taking pictures of that. Next thing was Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. Again, I don't have footage of me actually doing it, but I will link me and Beatrice's What's in My Fanny Pack video where we talk about Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom if you guys are unaware of what that is.
Be our guest, be our guest, put our service to the test. Tie your napkin round your neck, Sherry, and we provide the rest. Soup du jour, hot hors d'oeuvre, why we only live to serve. Try the grace.
Next thing was to meet Peter Pan. I actually have vlog footage of that. Here you go. That was when he was meeting out at the Adventureland veranda. Right now that is under construction, so if you are going to Disney very, very soon, you can meet him by his ride in Fantasyland. Next thing was to meet Anna and Elsa. I will insert a picture. Yes, that is just Anna. We did meet Elsa, but flawed technology in the Magic Band chips and PhotoPass, we lost our Elsa picture. Then the next thing was meet Tinkerbell. Again, I did that in flawed technology. You guys are letting me down! It's not too bad though. It only happened 3 times my entire program that I lost pictures, and I took PhotoPass pictures like all the time. So there's that. I don't know if I don't think I said this in my video. Whatever. As you guys can see, as I was down there, well, you can't really see. As I was down there, I started like crossing off, well, you can't even see on this picture, crossing off things that I decided it wasn't worth it and I didn't want to do because I was just too busy having so much other fun. And again, I did not want to be a slave to a stupid list I made. The next thing was meet any and all Hercules / Marvel characters. Hercules was only out once ever during my entire program, and it was during a Character Palooza at Hollywood Studios, and I was working that day, and they don't even have Character Palooza anymore. It's a sad day. It's a sad time. I was very upset that day. And then Marvel characters, I found out that there's some kind of agreement that Disney cannot use Marvel characters in theme parks on the east side of the Mississippi. That's why you can see them in Universal in Florida and not Universal in California. But you could see Marvel characters in Disneyland, but not in Disney World. But something that I did learn while I was down there, Disney and Universal's relationship is not as hostile as you may think. So I have hope for meeting Marvel characters in Florida in the future. Well, in Disney World in the future. Next thing was to get a Main Street balloon and have a Magic Kingdom photo shoot day. I did not get to do that because usually when I was in Magic Kingdom, I was riding rides and doing things that I didn't necessarily want to carry a balloon with all day. And it's not like you'd be like, oh, Liz, you could have made a trip to Magic Kingdom just to get a balloon. Well, guess what? When you're in Magic Kingdom, as soon as you get there, you don't want to just get a balloon and leave, because why would you want to leave Magic Kingdom? The answer is you don't. Next thing was to eat a turkey leg. Again, epic fail, did not get to do that. Usually I would go to the parks with Bianca, obviously, and she wasn't really like too keen on the turkey leg thing, so I felt just kind of like peer pressure of not to get one. So I blame Bianca, except I don't, because I've been to the parks without Bianca. So the next thing was to get Mickey ears with the nickname on them. I said in the other video I wanted to get a work nickname because everyone gets work nicknames if you're in a work environment. That it's just fun. Sad thing though, I was unaware about how, I don't want to say lonely, but how much of a lone wolf you are in costuming, especially in operational costuming. You get like thrown to different parks all the time, and you don't really necessarily have a set group of people. Full-timers and part-timers have a thing where they can sort of like, they can like bid about where they want to stay, but as a CP obviously you don't have that, so they can just toss you anywhere. Well, part-timers don't have this, I'm sorry, full-timers only have this. So part-timers and CPs in costuming get thrown about anywhere, and you get a whole bunch of different skills. So like I had 2 skills. So I had Magic Kingdom character room and operational costuming. So I could have been placed in any operational costuming location or the Magic Kingdom character room on any given day. And then some other people can have 3 skills. I know some CPs who had 3 skills, and they could have been rotated anywhere throughout those parts. So it was hard to get to know your quote-unquote work family. So it was hard to make relations like that. So, but what I did get on my graduation Mickey ears, I did get Liz instead of Elizabeth, if that counts. Next thing that I said in my video was to take a boat to Hollywood Studios. And later on I crossed it off as something that was not as important and something that I didn't really care about. I mostly put this on my bucket list because I wanted to know, like, where exactly do you get off when you take a boat to Hollywood Studios, and how exactly it worked. So seeing this Hollywood Studios is one of my favorite parks. I was there often, so I was able like to get a better look about, like, you know, that area. And now the Hollywood Studios Epcot like resort area is like my favorite area in all of Disney World. So that's like the boardwalk, Yacht and Beach Club, like Swan and Dolphin, that kind of area is like hands down my fave. And I got to walk around that area a lot, and I was able like to walk from Hollywood Studios to Epcot, And I just really got to know that area, and just getting on a boat, it just didn't really make sense to me at all, because I knew where you get on and off places and how you could get around that entire area, so whatevs. Next thing was the kitchen sink, which in the beginning of my program was quite a bit, you know, get it to happen, but I did wind up having a vlog of all my roommates going to go get it, so here's that vlog if you're interested. Click. Next thing on my bucket list was to go to every resort I haven't been to yet. Again, I made a valiant effort, but still to no avail. So, the only resorts that I still haven't, like, not stayed at, obviously, because, like, who's got that kind of money, but, like, been to and walked around and explored, I think I did pretty good. Swan and Dolphin, like, I haven't been inside of those. I've been outside of those, like, all the time. Wilderness Lodge, again, I took the A bus to work, like, every day. So, I would see the outside of it, but I never went inside and explored. What else? Old Key West. Nope. Saratoga Springs. I've seen the outside of that quite a few times, because that is the huge resort that's, like, right next to downtown Disney. Or if you're watching this in the future, Disney Springs. Port Orleans, French Quarter, and Riverside. I haven't been to either one of those, and that was like one of the resorts that I really wanted to go to and I didn't get to go to. And then that's it. Everywhere else, like, I've been inside and explored. Some of them I maybe have even stayed at, so I think I did pretty good. There's tons of resorts at Disney, so I did pretty dang good in my opinion. Next was to go to Disney Quest. Again, epic fail. I don't know how I could fail at that, but I did, and I'm so disappointed in myself. And especially disappointing being that there are rumors, I don't know if they have been confirmed yet, of Disney Quest closing, so I'm really, really upset. They're rumoring that it's going to be turned into some NBA basketball, some kind of crap, which sounds a hell of a lot stupider than Disney Quest. Sorry if you're NBA fans. Next was to do a 24-hour challenge, which was to see every major stage show in every park. Didn't do it. I just, again, that was like such a like stupid novelty. Oh, it's a bucket list thing. And I didn't care too much about accomplishing things on my bucket list. If I did, woohoo, I did something new and something awesome. But I wanted to be in the moment again. Next thing was to mail Dave a postcard from Main Street. I did do that. I don't have video proof of that, but here is video proof of me mailing a postcard to my family on Main Street. That counts. But, funny thing, I got his zip code wrong, so he never even got the postcard. But I did it though, I promise, I swear I did. The next thing I said in my bucket list video was to do Space Mountain with the lights on. Again, I didn't really care too much about doing that. I love Space Mountain so much. Like, it's my favorite ride in Magic Kingdom, and I feel like seeing it with the lights, like riding it, I've seen it with the lights on. Riding it with the lights on, spoils the magic a little bit. Next thing was to take an empty Main Street picture, which this I did. Behold. Yes, those are people in the background. But Main Street was like empty, and that is the emptiest I've ever seen the park, and it was amazing. Those of you wondering, we stayed very, very late. It was like after the park closes, and we were being those people who did not leave after multiple kisses goodnight. Next thing that I said in my video, my bucket list video, was to do ride pictures with props with my roommates. Again, I just didn't really care. I had tons of adorable, adorable pictures with my roommates and tons of adorable, adorable ride pictures. So, I mean, props, unnecessary. Unnecessary. Here's a cute picture of me and my roommates that are kind of like props. Here you go. Then the next thing was to meet Mickey on the last day my main gates worked. This was an accomplishment. Here is me, Sarah, Bianca, and Mickey on our last night. Next thing I had on my list was to participate in Dapper Day. As much as this broke my heart, I did not do that. Not because I wasn't off. I was. but I got an opportunity to do this workshop called Tech Behind the Dreams. I don't know if I've talked about it too much in my vlogs. I'm sure I did. But those of you who don't know, it was basically this workshop that you had to apply to and send your resume in and all these things. And it was an incredible opportunity. I got to meet so many Imagineers who are doing like things I can only imagine in my wildest dreams. And these are all Imagineers who, yes, some of them were engineers, but these are Imagineers who like do what I do, who are like fixers in theater. And it just blew my mind to know that, oh my god, I can be an Imagineer? Like, what? It was an incredible day. And, you know, there will be more Dapper days, but I took the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity over getting dressed up pretty and going to the park, which, I mean, I wound up doing lots of times anyway. Like this, for example. You really can't beat once-in-a-lifetime opportunities on the DCP. Next thing on my list was to pick up a pack shift. Here you go. Boom. I'm making an awkward face in this picture, but that is me in the pack uniform at the time, because now the pack costume is very different. But yeah, it was fun to actually work on stage and interact with guests, because I never got to do that. Even though cast members were my guests, it was, you know, nice to see everyone else type of guests and be on stage and get paid to be on stage. The next thing that I said in my bucket list video was to go to the California Grill at the Contemporary. After I saw the price tag for the California Grill at the Contemporary, that got crossed off of, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Then the next thing was to go to Sanaa at Animal Kingdom Lodge. Oh my god, amazing. It was like, I have no words. It was probably my favorite restaurant on all of Disney property. Here you go. Here's that vlog. Next thing was to swim at the music pool in Art of Animation, aka the Big Blue Pool. Nobody was with me, so here's a selfie of me next to the pool. I did go in it, but I didn't have a GoPro or anything at the time. Hint, hint. Then the next thing was to swim in the sand bottom pool at the beach club, which I did. Here's a few pictures of me and my sister at that pool, because my mom took these pictures. This is when they were here, so that's fun. We're there. The next thing was to parasail on Seven Seas Lagoon. Again, something really sad that I really wanted to do, but I didn't get to do. I just didn't really look into it, so it's really my fault that I didn't get to do it. However, you know, it's not like I will never be at Disney World ever again. And then the last thing on my bucket list was to have a classic Magic Kingdom day, which was to go on like all of Walt's rides and like get a turkey leg and stuff. I feel like this is the same kind of excuse of like when you're in Magic Kingdom, you just want to do what you love and have fun and just not be a slave to your bucket list, because again, that's just such a, you know, one-off thing. Anyway, this video is getting very, very long. Thank you all for watching, and have a seamless day.